retarded?
This is my favorite thing. Oh shit! My God. See, I love when talking shit goes wrong. We can just end it there. Why do you think people like that?
Why do you think people are like that?
No, why do you think people like watching that?
Because we're all savages.
Because I love a good YouTube fight video compilation. I don't know what it is about it. It disgusts me about myself. But, like, we've just spent a good half hour watching people bounce other people's heads off the ground.
Because we're all apes, man. That's what it comes down to.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Fucking.
That's insane.
It is.
Like, but how often this shit happens? Like, when I lived in Liverpool, you could not go a week without this happening at least 3 times.
Well, one thing I want to tell you is testosterone, and then you just said it, Liverpool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not to make it a race thing, but, you know, this is why, like, a lot of people think so much violence in black neighborhoods. But it's not. It's just there's just as much with white people.
Oh, no, dude.
It's it's ghettos in general. It's
Ghetto doesn't know color.
Yeah, there's no color. Yeah.
It does not discriminate at all.
It's just lower income neighborhoods because they've never grown up with, you know, good morals or standards.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is because their parents, like, their parents are shitty. They made piss poor decisions, and that sucks. But also, their parents are probably a hindrance because they don't want their child to outshine their low standards already.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They're doomed from the start.
Their children are the only thing they hold domain over because the real world fucking knows that they're a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, the moment their children start to do better, they start planting seeds of doubt or just beat the shit out of them or, like, you know, these ghetto-ass World Star videos. Don't get me wrong. I grasp
they're fantastic.
Yeah, they're
just wonderful.
They're disgusting. They churn my stomach. But, like, I love watching someone talk shit and then just get the fuck beat out of them.
Yeah, it's violence. It's good.
Also,
it's
like
barbaric though. It's just I think it just as humans in general. Well, you know, when we started out, we were barbaric, and it's just deep in us.
We've
it's
pretty
still
much
there. It's still there, you know.
We've pretty much become like the chihuahuas of like human evolution.
Right. Yeah.
Like people 100 years ago would probably murder us all. But, you know, that's not that long ago either.
No, that's not very long ago.
We've pussified a lot.
For sure. Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason, like, I do gravitate towards, like, combat sports and everything is because I felt myself, like, I needed that, I don't know, like, that masculine grandstanding that sport provides. You know what I mean? Like, it's very barbaric, but at the same time, it's structured.
It is structured, and there's a lot of
technique.
There's technique, and there's, like, there's mental training you need to do when you do MMA.
Oh, dude, sports psychologist. That's the shit right now.
Yeah.
'Cause you got to think, like, someone like, say, Tom Brady came out next year for his fucking 45th year, and all of a sudden, he can't fucking complete a pass to save his fucking life for, like, 2-3 games. But that's going to plague him and plant a seed of doubt in his fucking head for the entire season. Now, how do you beat that?
Yeah. But then wouldn't you say it comes down to either that or, you know, just age? He's falling apart physically.
True.
That it might not be a mental thing, that he's just fucking a lot on his mind. It's just You get to a point where you just can't do it physically anymore.
I'm 44 years old.
I mean, he is. Isn't he in his 40s?
I believe so.
But like he's in his early.
He's not like farving it or anything.
No. He's in his early 40s, I believe.
Like Brett Favre had like grandkids in like middle school.
Yeah, Favre was fucking old when he finally quit.
How old was he? He was like 45, right? Somewhere
I
in
would
there.
say so. Or like later 40s, maybe.
Man.
He did not age well.
No.
But that's what
like-
happens when you play football for 35 years.
Oh, absolutely. In
You
the
know?
era where like in the steroid era too.
You know, Brett Favre was a fucking quarterback. When he was a rookie, we were young, dude. And like he just quit a couple years ago. Like,
Oh,
that's
I know.
that's fucking crazy.
Well, it's probably been like 8 years now, probably.
Has it been that long?
I bet. I don't know. We're gonna look this up. Brett Favre. That's a stupid way
Did John Madden like die? Is he dead?
I
I
don't.
figured he just died as soon as Brett Favre retired. He was just like, my time is done.
No, I think he might have retired when Brett Favre retired.
49. He's 49 right now.
Yeah, he's 49 now, and he played.
But he looks like shit, dude. Look at that picture. It's from 2 years ago.
Yeah, he looks like ass. Like he looks like a grandpa though.
He does.
His last season was with the Vikings from 2009 to 2010. So I was right. He's about 8 years now.
Yeah.
8 years gone.
Wow.
Man, that's
Still,
crazy.
when did he start?
20-year veteran of the NFL.
91.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit. So, yeah, I was right. We were lit. Dude, I was fucking 3. That's insane. That's how long you played football.
Yeah.
No wonder you look like you're in your 60s. Holy shit.
Yeah, he played for fucking ever.
Like, you're not even like. He's not even been riding middle-aged for long. Like, he's like kind of fresh into middle age, and he looks like shit.
He started before I went to school and ended his career 5 years after.
Yeah, you were
6 years after.
Wow, that's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
Sure is.
I couldn't imagine doing that for that fucking long.
Me either. I mean,
He made 297
he's one of the best. He was one of the best.
starts. Jesus. I mean, it's weird to think like the next Tom Brady is out there though.
Sure, there's always another one. You know.
And I'm also really stoked that like I won't have to look at Tom Brady much anymore soon.
Yeah.
Pretty thrilled. See, he's fucking 41 years old.
I thought he was in his early 40s. I mean, as cocky and just fucking punchable,
It's punchable.
that he is. I mean, he's one of the best of all time, man. You can't deny his talent.
No,
As much
I
as-
don't. I just fucking
as much
hate
of
him.
a fucking cock he is. Because he is. I mean, he's a little brat, man.
He is.
He starts to lose, and he's a fucking sore loser, and he fucking, just seen him. How many times have you seen him just like the Patriots game goes the other way for them?
Oh yeah, he's
And then he's just
a little hissy
what a
fit
little
and-
baby he is. It's fucking so unsportsmanlike.
I don't know, dude. I'm like, I find myself I barely watch football anymore.
I don't watch football anymore, dude. I'm just so sick of it.
I've missed
I-
probably 3 games this season. Steelers games too.
Yeah, I've watched one Steelers game.
I mean
I think it was when it was the Bengals, so that was like early.
that's like a lot for me
Right.
because like I'm usually like football all day. But I don't know, man. Ever since like they ruined it with the Kaepernick bullshit.
Yeah, man. And you're not the only one. That was a turnoff for a lot of people.
And it's not even like because I disagree with Kaepernick or anything like that. I was just like, I fucking
no,
hate
they
because
took it. It's just
you mentioned
it's
football.
not even about
that's where
football.
it goes.
Well, it's not even about football anymore.
I know.
The NFL is not even about football anymore.
No.
So that's like you're not even the first person I've heard to say that. Heard say that, because a lot of people are just like, you know what, that shit was just such a turnoff for them.
Yeah, it's like
Because every fucking week is another debate about like, no, I thought we were here to watch football, like a game. We were here to watch a game. Like, why
There
are
is
we
a game today, right?
Yeah, like why are we debating shit? It just seems silly.
But, dude, it's just, it was the social media recreational outrage just reaching into sports. It's the same thing. Like, it's that generation's big.
Can we just come out and
to-do.
say that just, man, everyone's just pussies.
It is.
I don't even know how else to fucking put it.
Dude, everyone is just.
I get it, dude. There's some shit where, you can't just fucking, ill tolerance against gay and trans people is just out of the question.
Yeah.
Like, that's just ridiculous. But then to take it, like, if you're not in agreement to that, then you are part of the problem. But
I agree.
now, when people like that are talking about, like, fucking everyone's a pussy, well, they're not really wrong.
Yeah.
Everyone gets their fucking panties up in a bunch over fucking nothing anymore.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so absurd, dude. It's so absurd.
Happened to me like recently.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
big fucking deal. That wasn't even that bad of a thing.
That was fucking hilarious.
It was funny, and then no way was it fucking like
transphobic.
No, not at all. It was not even slandering fucking trans people whatsoever.
If anything, I was on your side.
Yeah, but then
That's how you fucking lose people, right there.
Right, and then of course, you couldn't debate that.
I did debate it.
How far did it go though? Did it go?
I shut it the fuck down.
Because you can't. Yeah, but then if you go real far and be like, "This is no," you know what I mean? Like everyone's just like, "Oh, Vince is transphobic," when you clearly aren't.
No, I explained why I thought it was funny, and I understand why he cannot. Why she rather would think it wasn't. I also said that humor is subjective.
Well, because it is.
It is, absolutely. That's why, even if I disagree with it, rape jokes can be funny. Sorry. I don't like it any more than anyone else.
Other than rapists, who actually agrees with rape?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what jokes. Like, no one walks away from hearing a rape joke and just like, I agree with everything they said. I agree with all of that.
No,
like,
you walk away from it feeling a little bit gross, but
a little bit gross. But it's like it's a naughty laugh. You're like, oh, that's
like
bad.
I shouldn't be laughing at it.
But here's the thing with
like
rape.
every one of those fucking people whose heads I just watched bounce off concrete.
yeah. I mean, we're all in agreement that was bad. That's
yes,
bad.
it's terrible.
But
he kind of had it coming.
The thing with rape jokes, dude, is that they're risky. I mean, if you want to look at it from the comedic side of, like, if you're going to make a rape joke, it better be funny.
Yeah. Like
otherwise, it's not going to go well for you.
You either hit a bullseye or
because
you fucking miss the target on that.
Because
one.
That's a touchy subject.
Yes, and it's
obviously yeah. That's why if you do, it better be funny, because if not, you're in up shit creek.
Oh yeah, like real bad.
You're real bad.
I remember because I would have taken that stance that it's not funny, but then I watched like people like George Carlin, and watch him explain why rape is funny, then make you laugh with a fucking rape joke while he's doing it. Like, you don't even see it coming. It was just like it was a joke about like Porky Pig getting raped or something.
Right, I know exactly. Yeah.
And I wonder if I could find that actually. That'd be cool. But anyway, like it's things like that. That's when I've realized that humor is totally subjective, and things that I think are funny, other people won't, and things they think are funny, Larry the Cable Guy, I will never think are funny. Like, but it all goes back to like a gray area. You know what I mean? There's no in between. You're either on this side or the other side. Like,
but Bill Burr said it best when he said this probably like a while ago, but how everyone just automatically, if it's not even that bad, they'll just immediately just cave to fucking public pressure and just apologize.
Oh, absolutely.
When like,
Oh, sorry,
some
here
people
we go.
don't like you to talk like that. Oh, some people would like to shut you up for saying those things. You know that. Lots of people, lots of groups in this country want to tell you how to talk, tell you what you can't talk about.
See?
Well, sometimes they'll say, well, you can talk about something, but you can't joke about it. Say you can't joke about something because it's not funny. Comedians run into that shit all the time. Like rape. They'll say, you can't joke about rape. Rape's not funny. I say, fuck you. I think it's hilarious. How do you like that?
See, like,
I can
you took a
prove to you that rape is funny.
huge chance
Picture
right there.
Porky
Carlin was
Pig
always doing
raping
shit.
Elmer Fudd. See, hey, why do you think they call him Porky, huh? I know what you're going to say. Elmer was asking for it. Elmer was coming on to Porky. Porky couldn't help himself. He got a hard on. He got horny. He lost control. He went out of his mind. A lot of men talk like that. A lot of men think that way. They think it's the woman's fault. They like to blame the rape on the woman. Say, hey, she had it coming. She was wearing a short skirt. These guys think women ought to go to prison for being cock teasers. Don't seem fair to me. Don't seem right. But you can joke about it. I believe you can joke about anything. It all
Goddamn
depends
right.
on how you construct the joke. What the exaggeration is. What the exaggeration is. Because
And see, he brings up a good point right there.
he was always like talking about shit that like a lot of shit that he talked about was so relevant to the present.
Oh,
You know?
it's a lot of his stuff is timeless.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that no one would applaud for him there if he did that bit today. If he was alive and just introduced that bit, no one would have applauded for him. Then.
See, I don't know about that. With it being George Carlin and him being known for that.
Today, I don't even know. I honestly don't know. Maybe because if he was known as George Carlin, yes.
Yeah. Like, I couldn't see, like...
But if he was just George Carlin, like upcoming comedian, like no one would applaud for him.
I mean, Tom Segura might be able to pull it off. But, like, Joe Rogan wouldn't.
No.
See what I mean? Like,
Rogan.
but I think people like Segura and people with that demeanor can tiptoe that line. You know what I mean?
Rogan's already gets accused of being a
Misogynist
sexist, and which I think he is a little bit, but
Probably. Let's see what else Mr. Carlin has to say.
every joke needs one exaggeration. Every joke needs one thing to be way out of proportion. Give you an example. You ever see a news story like this in the paper? Every now and then you run into a story that says some guy broke into a house, stole a lot of things, and while he was in there, he raped an 81-year-old woman.
Jesus.
And I'm thinking to myself, why? What the fuck kind of a social life does this guy have? I want to say, why did you do that? Well, she was coming on to me. We were dancing and I got horny. Hey, she was asking for it. She had on a tight bathrobe. I say, Jesus Christ, be a little fucking selective next time, will ya? Now, speaking of rape,
Jesus.
you know what I wonder? I wonder, is there more rape at the equator or the North Pole? These are the kind of things I think about when I'm sitting home alone and the power goes out. I wonder, is there more rape at the equator or the North Pole? I mean per capita. I know the populations are different. Most people think it's the equator. I think it's the North Pole. People think it's the equator because it's hot down there. They don't wear a lot of clothing. Guys can see women's tits. They get horny, and there's a lot of fucking going on. That's exactly why there's less rape at the equator, because there's a lot of fucking going on.
So people
You
were
can
laughing
tell
at
there's a lot
rape
of
jokes
fucking
and they
at
don't
the
even
equator.
know
Take
it.
a look at the population figures. Billions of people live near the equator. How many Eskimos we got? 30? 35? No one's getting laid at the North Pole. It's too fucking cold. Guys say to
You see what I mean? Like he's stringing them along, and they're laughing at rape jokes without knowing they're laughing at rape jokes.
yeah,
Thereby proving his fucking point that humor is subjective and rape jokes are funny.
right.
That sucks, and I'm sorry, but like, that's how that works.
It is how that works.
And I mean, it's totally kind of a loophole. I grasp that. But at the same time, he sat there and he crafted that joke in front of people for fucking months before he walked out there and recorded it. So he knew that he was going to get all these laughs and be able to prove his point by the end of this.
Oh, Carlin was a wizard.
All right, now let's see the last minute of this.
their wives, hey, tonight, honey, huh? Tonight, huh? Are you crazy? The wind chill factor is 300 below. These guys are deprived, they're horny, they're pent up. Every now and then, they bust out, they gotta rape somebody. Now, the biggest problem an Eskimo rapist has, trying to get wet leather leggings off a woman who's kicking. Did you ever try to get leather pants off of someone who doesn't want to take them off? You would lose your heart on in the process. Up at the North Pole, your dick would shrivel up like a stack of dimes. That's another thing I wonder. I wonder, does a rapist have a hard-on when he leaves the house in the morning? Or does he develop it during the day while he's walking around looking for somebody? These are the kind of thoughts that kept me out of the really good schools. Oh,
fucking bit. That's he just proved the fucking point. And like, whenever you say something's not funny, it's because you're trying to make it not funny, and you're probably doing yourself like a disservice just doing that.
But like back to what I was saying, like what Burr said not that long. I don't even know. It wasn't very long ago. I've heard him say a couple times, but a lot of times it's like one blogger that goes on and just like, this is despicable and all this shit, and then it picks up steam that way. And it was just like, it's like like he's talking about comedians mainly, and if there's a video of like, you know, gross, disgusting joke, and it's the punchline, and he's like, they're literally the only one that didn't laugh. Everyone in the room's laughing, as it's being played on CNN and shit. It's like, so who was actually offended?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So then it builds up steam like that, and then it's taken out of context because people either A, won't go, if there is video, if you're lucky enough to have video, they don't even watch it.
No.
Or they just don't even fucking read the article. They just see the headline and they go, oh, that's disgusting.
Exactly.
We're shitty.
A lot of the things I see people getting
There's so much
angry about.
There's so much clickbait on the internet.
Yeah, if you just like threw that in Google real fast,
right,
and took 3 minutes to read it before you got upset or shared it.
And I hate to do this, but like fake news.
Yeah, like,
but like it's an issue, and it always has been. And
I like Facebook's doing a pretty decent job right now. Whenever like I see a viral news story, I'll see like a Snopes article they attach to it.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever see that before?
No.
Like they'll offer fact checking right below anything that goes viral like that anymore.
Oh, excuse me. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like I appreciate that. Go you.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they understand that their
dude, it's a huge issue. People
their program's the reason why this shit gets spread around.
And but they will read shit and then not even think anything of it, and just be like, "Oh, that's true."
Share.
You know?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a running joke, but it's true. You know, oh, it was on the internet, so it must be true.
Yeah.
But the reason that's a joke is because it's true. People literally fucking just like, well, one article, a news headline, you know, and just not even read the article.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh my God. Because how much also, you know, clickbait's a thing too.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's the worst.
Especially like if you're a movie fan.
Yeah, well, that's how they get you with the fucking headlines.
The comicbook.com one is the fucking...
They are absolutely the worst. Like, there's sometimes, dude, I get on there and I'm just like, you people are fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Like, like sometimes it's just like, blah, 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 blah. You know, you could name anything.
Yeah.
And then you go and read the article and it's like, well, this has nothing to do with the fucking headline. It's like, could you guys be any more obvious with your clickbait?
Well, they do things like Johnny Depp fired from Pirates of the Caribbean. And then, like, if you click the article or actually read into it, they're rebooting Pirates of the Caribbean and didn't have plans to have him in the first place.
Exactly. And it's like, what the fuck? Or they'll fucking report on shit that's already been common knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And it's like, this has been a thing for like fucking 4 weeks now. But they'll just be like, they'll word it slightly differently to get people to click on it. And it's just like, everyone already knew this. I can't remember exactly what they did not that long ago. But yeah, you're right. They're one of the worst. They're just absolutely terrible.
Who the hell else is bad? Up rocks can be clicky at times. But they're pretty all right.
I normally avoid them altogether.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm just like fuck.
Well, they have like a sports one that I like and shit like that.
Enemy magazine, that British music magazine, they're one of the worst. They're really bad too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either just clickbait or it's just like Alex Turner from the Arctic Monkeys took a shit today. Like it's just like you report on the same fucking band. Like people go in there and like no one cares about the same 3 fucking bands that you're always talking about.
Dude,
It's seriously, it's either the Arctic Monkeys, something Morrissey said, something one of the Gallaghers said. Like that's the same. I'm telling you, go like them on Facebook and you'll just see every day it's one of those things. I swear to
One of
God.
the Gallaghers.
The
I forgot they're a thing.
Yeah, right. That's what I go. I'm like, who gives a fuck about the Gallaghers?
Didn't Oasis break up like 15 years
Yes.
ago? Get over it. Wonderwall was a good song for its time. There are better ones. in
Noel
their
Gallagher
catalog.
called what's the other one?
Liam.
Liam. That's right. Noel calls Liam a fucking cunt. I think I said that on one of their articles once. I commented and it was just like, this is every headline, and it was like, Liam calls Noel a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Oasis isn't gonna get back together, and then like a bunch of people got pissed at me. Like I was like, but it's literally all they fucking talk about.
Exactly. It's either like one of them's calling the other one a cunt. Oh God.
Oasis is gonna get back together.
No, I just forgot something. Fucking. So you ready for this one? All right. So I'm making breakfast. What was it? Yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. Turns out I wasn't thinking anything of it, but the kids watch a lot of video game. There's people like that play video games on YouTube and all that bullshit.
Streamers.
Yeah, they watch
Yeah.
a lot of streamers from Australia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Guess what Gavin learned?
Cunt.
Guess what Gavin didn't know what it meant? Because right before breakfast, he looks his mother in the eyes and goes,
No. No.
he says the words, "Fight me, you cunt."
Oh, that's magnificent.
Then Ruby goes, "What did you say?"
That's my fucking.
My man repeats himself. "Fight me, you cunt." I go, well, she's awestruck and goes, "You can't say that." And I lean in the room and go, "No more YouTube forever." And then I made him hand me his phone. I'm like, "You're done now." I eventually calmed down and I explained to him, like, that's like top 3 bad ones.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather you spit out an F than that one.
Oh yeah.
Either F, probably.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I mean, he dropped a fuck. You just be like, hey, don't do that, and then fucking no harm, no foul. You carry on with your day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You can't say that till you get a job.
Hey, don't say that. Like that's what about the extent would go if he said, drop the fuck,
Yeah.
quit it.
And even then, like, if he did it like stubbing his toe or shutting his thumb in a door or something, like, I get it.
You just do the whole, white dad thing.
Yeah.
Hey, watch it with that kind
Hey,
of mouth.
hey,
Yeah,
hey,
there you go.
hey, guy.
Hey.
You gotta call him guy. Hey there. Get a little bit Wisconsin on him. Do you know that's a real thing, that accent?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought that was an exaggerated thing, like the fucking, like the Yinzer accent. You know how, like, that's not really that prevalent?
Right, no, it's not that.
But apparently everybody in Wisconsin is a fucking caricature. Because I've met, like, truckers, like stop and ask me for directions, and I thought he was fucking with me. Dude, I looked at his fucking license plate. It said Wisconsin. I'm like, oh my God, that's a fucking real thing? I'm like, oh. I can't even do the... I can't,
people exist.
yeah, I'm like, you're a fucking unicorn, you know that? Like, we didn't know you were real. Like, we've heard of
We
you.
just thought Wisconsin was in the movie.
Yeah, like, I didn't know you really spoke like that. Congratulations.
Oh my God.
You know, down here in Ohio, I'm just like a, little... Just a...
Hiya.
Yeah. I go ope a lot. I find myself saying that, or whoops, or let me squeeze by you, shit like that. Like, but I didn't know you were gonna throw out a "don't you know."
Oh, everyone in Wisconsin, don't you know?
Yeah, they legit fucking do that, sir.
I think it's because it's like it borders Canada, doesn't it?
Yeah,
That's why.
doesn't it? Do we need to get a fucking map out?
Just pull up the fucking map.
It definitely fucking.
It's Midwest, but I feel like it's top Midwest.
It is. It borders.
Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why.
yeah. It's by some Dakotas, right?
Yeah, the Dakotas are out there.
We have the internet. I can
Now,
easily.
North Dakota definitely fucking Dakota.
Dakota.
It definitely fucking borders with Canada because South Dakota obviously is right below
Yes.
North Dakota.
We're gonna call that the new Mason-Dixon line eventually.
There's nothing wrong with the Canadians. Come on.
No, I mean like, I'm talking vertically. The Dakota line.
Oh,
I figure eventually this shithole will split in half, and
I'm sure there's probably a little bit more liberals. It's probably a little bit to the left more on North Dakota, I would imagine.
you think? I think
I don't know. What happens in the Midwest? What really happens out there?
I'm assuming
Fucking
like with
tornadoes and fucking flat land. I think that's about it.
a lot of
They
farming.
fuck each other. Like families fuck each other.
They're inner fucking families.
They're inner fucking families because who else is out there? Nobody.
There's a lot of cousins. Like
Yeah.
they. That's probably like where they tested out like that
I
second
don't know.
cousin
We should
thing.
be
Like
saying
what's
this
the,
about the Midwest?
who the fuck listens to us from the Midwest?
What are they gonna do? Hit us with a tractor?
I mean, Ruby's friend from Canada listens to
Do they
us
even
every once in a
farm?
while, but like,
Do they even farm? Like, what's out in the Midwest other than fucking just horrible destruction from
tornadoes,
tornadoes.
tornadoes and incest, and people that insist on living on trailers. That's what I imagine.
But it's not really like the South. You can't really call them trailer trash.
There's a lot of fucking trailers in Kansas.
But I just feel like it's just like I don't know.
it's easier to roll a trailer
Yeah,
in
but
there
Kansas
than to
is like
replace
in-
a house
Kansas
every
is
year.
like towards the South.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought that was like Midwest.
I don't know where the fuck Kansas is.
Hang on, we're gonna pull up a fucking map. Jesus Christ.
There you go. That's the quote of the episode. I don't know where the fuck Kansas is.
We're not in Kansas anymore. U.S. map.
Make sure it's labeled.
Make sure it's labeled.
Oh, oh, Kansas is fucking smack in the middle.
Yeah. I thought so.
Yeah, okay.
Who's retarded now?
Well, not me.
Yeah, see, like, I don't.
Wisconsin doesn't even. Wait, what were we talking about?
Yeah, we're just talking about
It
Wisconsin.
doesn't even border Canada either.
It kind of does, like through a lake.
Well, it's on the Great Lakes, so I guess.
Like it would touch it under the lake, I assume. Minnesota. I'd say, which is the bastard cousin of the Wisconsin accent.
Yes, definitely.
Don't you know?
Fargo.
See, we were right. Like, I totally forgot Minnesota was up there. Man. See, like, I used to know this real good. I guess, like, I'm not really good at geography anymore, isn't it?
Well, I mean, like, I know the West Coast and, like, the East Coast and even some of the South.
Yeah, I just...
But the middle, the fucking... What are we talking about?
Kansas?
Oh, yeah, Kansas.
Yeah, I kind of get lost once you go inland from, like, Ohio. I know Michigan's up. But even, like... Do you think that kids in other countries, like, know their countries? Do you think that American kids are just this dumb? Because I guarantee we're not alone in this, right?
No.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
Okay. Like,
I don't understand why. It's just more useless information. Remember when you had to, when was it, like 6th grade, when you had to fucking take the test and you had to name all 50 states and capitals?
yeah. in
What a bunch of
alphabetical order.
useless information that is.
I mean, is it really though?
Well, I mean, fucking just.
It's kind of important for history, but like,
You're telling me if you never fucking had to take that test, you wouldn't have figured. You definitely would have learned that there's 50 states.
if school
the
was done
country.
differently, I would have learned a lot of things easier.
There was no reason for that test. All you did was memorize it. That's why no one remembers the capitals of every state.
That's true. I could probably guess them. Like,
We're not playing this game.
in Utah, the capital of Utah is Jazz.
Just making shit up. But some of them are like Vermont. Who the fuck knows what the capital of Vermont is? Who the fuck goes to Vermont or lives in
Vermont.
Vermont?
What was the capital of Vermont?
I don't know. What the fuck? I just
It's
remember
Cheddar.
I just remember. Just constantly make shit up with confidence.
Yes, like you name a state, I can tell you what the capital is. It's very easy.
What's the capital of Idaho? Oh, potato. Definitely, it's potato.
It's Russet. You fucking uncultured
It's
swine.
Russet.
Russet.
Oh,
I was pronouncing it all French.
that would be funnier to just like slip it by people. Russet, Russet, Idaho.
It's the capital. I can say it with such confidence. And be
Don't
like,
even say,
oh, yeah.
just tell somebody you're from there and just be like, whoa, really?
They're just gonna go
Because I would
regurgitate.
definitely believe you because I don't care. You have autism, like you're on the spectrum. If like, not if you know all the capitals of all 50 states, but if you're just like, if you can just be like, Russet is not a town in Idaho because like if you know that, then something's fucking wrong with you. To like know every town, city, and every fucking state,
From Russet, Idaho.
you know. Like you could definitely just be like, I'm from Russet, Idaho, and then someone would believe you, and not even question you.
Yeah.
Because my point being, what a bunch of useless information. Also, the internet. What's this place? I know everything about it now.
Yeah.
See,
Like I've googled my own like hometowns.
and found shit out. That
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know that.
How come I didn't know that? Oh,
Huh. Dean Martin, I'll be goddamn.
yeah.
I bet he never came back here. And if he did, he was sad.
Maryland.
Maryland?
Ocean City's the capital, isn't it? No, it's Ocean City's just.
Isn't it like
I don't know.
yeah. It's Ocean City.
All right.
Or is it DC? Which state's DC in? No, DC's in Virginia, huh?
DC.
Yeah.
DC is its own
Like it's
entity.
yeah, it's like a Vatican kind of situation,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Yeah.
It's not
I mean, I would suppose technically it is Virginia, but yeah, it is its own. I can't remember what the word is, but whatever.
province?
A province is a state in Canada.
That's Providence.
No, is it? What are the things called in Canada? What like
Their version of the states?
yeah.
Oh shit.
We're really fucking stupid.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
We should probably stop talking about
Yeah,
things
we're revealing a lot about ourselves.
we're losing credibility by the second. Ooh. Huh, so that's where we lost. It was 38 minutes and 45 seconds into episode 143 when we really took a dip in the ratings. We lost all credibility. It turns out that semi-reliable news source thing was very true. They made us listen to rape jokes, and then they told us how
Geography
stupid
used
they
to
were.
be something I was really interested in, and then I think it was just like I've been bitching about. It's just like why is any of this relevant? It's not.
Don't they have territories? Canada. Isn't that their thing?
No, I feel like there's an actual name. Oh my god, this is so terrible. It's because the mics are on. That's why I'm on the spot. I can't think of it.
Yeah, totally.
No, I'm serious. Oh fuck, you were right. They are called provinces.
Yeah.
I was right.
And I was thinking of Providence, Rhode Island. Is what I was thinking of.
See, you fucked me up.
Yeah,
Made me
probably.
doubt myself.
See, they got territories and fucking
What is
provinces and fluves.
Isn't it funny that we were just like, hey, Canada, here's some money, give us Alaska.
Did we buy it from Russia?
Maybe we... Oh, see, we got to stop. We got to move on.
Now I want to check
What
out.
the fuck did Russia have it for? It's connected to fucking Canada.
It's also connected to Russia.
It is not. There's
Via
an
the
ocean.
Bering Strait. Let's see.
Remember when Sarah Palin said you could see Russia from her backyard? What a fucking moron. Where'd she go? Everyone got sick of her. Even the
In a
fucking...
hurry.
Even the right got sick of her. They were just like, oh, shut up. Please go away.
Get her knuck ass back up there.
That's probably eventually what it is. They got so right that they're like, oh, I don't want that Canadian bitch. Get back to
Yes,
Canada.
it's exactly what it was. See, it has a maritime border with Russia. United States purchased Alaska from the Russian Empire in 1867. See, I'm not retarded.
What if Canada was just like, we're taking that shit for us. It's connected to us.
Well, we'd probably go, well, sorry, all
Fuck you.
1,500 of you. You're Canadian now. Enjoy your health care and weed. Fuck, can I go there?
Wouldn't we probably would just give it to him. Like, why
They try to
wouldn't you?
take it.
Just give it to him. It's connected to Canada.
Like, we'll give you all of Alaska if you give us Toronto.
That's a fucking good deal. I would say
Making
I would-
trades.
I would say Canada should go for that deal.
Absolutely.
I don't think they'd give up Toronto. Toronto's too cool. That's why I think it'd be cool for fucking if we got it. We'd fuck it up.
Oh, absolutely. Those people would be so bummed. That city would look like Detroit tomorrow. And every city bordering Toronto would be fucking at capacity.
Canada has to look down. Like, imagine if you could just like.
Those poor people.
That's what they do.
I wonder if they pity us the way we pity South Korea or like North Korea. Rather.
Probably. I just imagine it's like almost like it's just like a cartoon. Like you could just see like a border, but you can actually see an actual line drawn in the sand per se, and they just look out in the distance, and they look at America, and they're just like, Jesus Christ.
So sorry.
Oh, these fucking guys. You know what they do? They just look over there and they go, gotta say, boys, America's fucked. That's what.
They sure did screw the pooch on that one, didn't they? Eh?
I'm gonna play some hockey.
Eh? You can play a little puck.
All right, this is getting racist.
No, it's getting stereotypical. There's a difference.
I know. It was a joke.
This is getting racist. But it's. I bet the Canadian children can. No, they probably can't. I bet the Chinese kids can. I bet they know whatever they have.
Oh, well, that's because they're super geniuses. Because if they don't, they
Emphasize it.
Well, imagine they're just beaten to death if they don't know everything about. You know what I mean?
go work in factory.
Oh, you don't excel in school. See, fuck.
It's not racist.
Now it's
stereotypical.
racist.
Yeah, it's a little
This is
racist.
racist.
But still, like, they have to put safety nets around the tops of their buildings because people keep jumping off the shit.
Well, dude, because China sucks. It fucking sucks over there. There's like a cajillion people.
We
It's
got a
over-
good relationship with China. I don't want to have a good relationship with them because I don't want to be them. Fuck that. And fuck you for thinking that's a
You
good
ever
idea.
see that video of like it's like before he was even running, dude? It was like, but he was having some speech or something about, I don't know. He was talking about people negotiators with China about how they're so like tiptoe around the subject, and then he was like, "But the way I would bring it up is just like, here it is, motherfuckers. You're gonna pay for this or something like that." It's just hilarious. He's so fucking. I don't want to get on him. I don't want to get on him. That's a good example of like what we were talking about. Everyone gets so butthurt, but like that's why he does it.
Well,
I think he just adds fuel. You're just adding fuel to the fire. But at the same time, it is outrageous that the president says the shit that he does. I just laugh. I don't agree with anything he says, but I will not sit here and fucking tell you that the dude's not funny.
No, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
But like, it's come to the point now where even I have to double check even like news articles about him that are negative that I would want to be negative. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, the simple the fact is, a lot of what you read that is in negative light of him
is overblown.
Probably yes. It's probably true.
It's a small truth, though.
Yeah, but like they fucking sway it to make it sound like something that it really wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's no matter what it is, it's gonna be because everybody fucking there's really just like there's not much media that fucking likes him.
No.
Because he badmouths them so much. So like, you know what I mean? Like there's not very much media that fucking likes him.
Well, then, like, he pulled that one dude's press credentials this week.
Yeah.
Which, that's an issue.
Yeah.
That's a very fucking big issue. Because you're saying that, the amendments that we hold so dear and that we cannot possibly change, you're saying this specific one doesn't matter. Well, then none of them matter.
Right.
Because this is one of those things where there is no gray area.
Listen, I think the media is annoying too, but he's just a fucking baby about it.
Yes.
He's just he's just like, he if he had his way, he would just have anything negative typed about him would just like.
It would be totally removed.
Exactly. Like it would have to be he would have to be the editor of all fucking magazine TV stations ever.
Yes.
I think it's what he wants. You know what I mean?
And like first off, you shouldn't be fucking Googling yourself anyway.
Well, that's because he's a fucking egotist.
He's a total narcissist. Don't get me wrong. Like,
and that's that's the whole reason he's president. It was for his own fucking stroke his own ego.
That's because Barack Obama told him that he would never be president.
Yeah, and Bill Burr. Yeah,
that's the
Bill
thing
Burr.
that actually happened. Like Barack Obama looked him in the face and went, "I'm a lot of things, but I'll always be one thing you aren't, and that's president of the United States." And then, like 2 years later, Bill Burr said, "Yeah, well, in 2 years I'll have your fucking job."
He's right though. Oh yeah, I'll show you. I'll fucking get that job.
It's insane, dude. Yeah. I just hope we learned something. Well, you know what? This past election, like this little general election kind of thing, with the I forget what the hell the proper term for this election was.
Oh, the midterms.
Yeah, the midterm elections. Like, I seen a significant rise in younger people voting.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to be a thing.
It does.
It needs to be a thing because the only people that vote, generally,
like
are middle-aged to elderly people.
Yes,
and young people, because I feel like young people like to fucking be keyboard warriors and fucking piss and moan about politics, but then they don't fucking
no.
So shut your fucking mouth unless you did something about it. You don't get to say anything.
And then the biggest bitchers were sitting there like bitching about people wearing their "I voted" stickers.
Right.
The same people that bitch about Trump and all this shit are bitching about people who voted wearing fucking stickers saying they voted. You fucking idiot.
Now,
you're the reason why everything sucks.
Yes. Take a step back. Some of it was just their own fucking attention grab.
What, the "I voted" stickers?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Some of the people that were bitching about, like, okay, like, you're just fucking trying to, it's an attention grab. You don't really care that you voted. I get that, but no, I also see where you're coming from. You're right. Like
At least they
because
voted.
At least they voted. Like you probably didn't even fucking vote. So like at least they're proud they voted.
Yes, and I'm
I
proud
get-
of
but
them
like I
for
said-
voting.
Like I said, some cases when you're pointing fingers at people for just fucking doing it for attention. Yes, you're right, but not every one of them was.
No.
Not every one of them.
And you know what? It started a fucking trend. And hopefully, by the time the next presidential election rolls around, that trend's fucking growing.
Yeah, but that's just the thing on the internet anyways. It doesn't matter what the movement is, what it is, what trend. There's always going to be people hating on it, no matter what it is.
Absolutely.
So you got to always take
But
that in mind.
that's a trend I like, though.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just saying no matter if it's a good movement, it doesn't fucking matter what the fuck it is. There's always going to be a group of people that shit on it. It's just there's
absolutely.
fucking miserable people. You just got to let that go.
Absolutely. They're the kids that got fucking picked on in high school, and now they're just taking it
Sure.
out on the internet.
Right. Or they're cops.
And they're taking it out on me.
Right.
I'm just kidding about that one. I haven't been fucked with in such a long time, knock on wood, because I drive a fucking mom car.
Well, yeah, I mean that's true too because they fucking profile like motherfuckers. But whatever, we don't have to touch that fucking.
That's absolutely a thing, and I fucking deserved it every time. My bad.
I wouldn't say you deserved it, but
I was definitely rolling probable cause. I look shifty. Constantly look guilty. Smell like weed.
can we touch base?
What up?
I don't know if you heard, but known pedophile and child molester beloved Spider-Man creator Stan Lee died.
Was he really a pederast?
I don't know. Just want to fucking get an ugly rumor started.
You bastard. This can't be like when he told me Magneto died. Yeah, Stanley passed away. You know what? He's 180.
Right.
That's what old people do.
That's what they do.
He filmed fucking 20 cameos. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
He'll be there. He'll be in there for the next decade. You don't have to worry about it.
Which, you know what? To go back to that on fucking comicbook.com, I saw last night they were like, don't worry, Stan Lee already filmed his cameo for Avengers 4. And I was like, see? Fucking clickbait. Avengers 4 has been done filming for like the last month and a half or 2 months. Like, so, like, such shocking news. You know what I mean?
he
Like,
filmed it in 2016 when
Yeah.
he said, I'm going to do a bunch of these and quit.
well, yeah, that too. But like, Avengers 4 is seriously done filming. So of course he's fucking filmed the fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's just another good point or a good example of that website being annoying as fuck.
Did you see the Russet brothers trying to...
That running joke with Mike.
Yeah, that
that's
is funny.
pretty fun. That's pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
I do
Did he
like
let it... Did he actually let it spill? Like the title of the movie?
I don't think so. I think it was just a joke about him always doing shit like that on accident.
Because I seen something about him and something called The Last Avenger, maybe. But I'm like, that's the stupidest fucking name, and they probably wouldn't do that.
No, I don't. I didn't even see that. I saw when it initially came out, and they just tweeted him back or something. It was like, "You're fired." It's just a joke. It was obviously just a joke.
But we're 6 months out from that.
But yeah,
Can we just say that real quick?
yeah. Well, Stan Lee's dead.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Stan Lee was 180. I thought he was dead already.
No, Marvel's dead.
No,
Died with him.
Probably. He hasn't had anything to do with it in 40 years.
Thank you. Could I just fucking say, like, all right, yes, he's beloved. I get it, but everyone's just like, oh my god, like, listen, he deserves the credit that he, not all of it.
He was an excellent face for the company.
Sure. But he's one of those fucking old dudes. He was this guy because he's from this era, so it's not really his fault. But, like, he thought he was God's gift to the world, and he wasn't afraid to tell people that. So, kind of like, fuck you, Stanley.
See, I never got that from him.
He just, watch old interviews. Dude, like, first of all, him and Bob Kane were buddies. So
Really?
that tells you right there, because Bob Kane was a piece of shit. He wouldn't let, he'd tell everyone he saw that he was fucking, he'd let you know that he created Batman.
Wasn't someone else though? It was,
Yeah, but he would never bring up that guy. Yeah, fuck him. I did. Bill Finger.
Yeah, there's a documentary on Hulu about it. I forget. I've kind of half-ass watched it.
See, but now that's everyone knows about that.
Uh-huh.
What's not mentioned ever is how Stan Lee fucked Jack Kirby like the same way Bob Kane did. But
people
that's all.
know who
That's all brushed under the rug because Stan Lee's fucking. He's like the best. He's like God.
Well, I hear a lot about Jack Kirby though. Like Jack
Well,
Kirby's
because
known.
he went on to have a pretty successful career in comic books. He's a huge writer, but like Stan Lee did some shady shit. So, but that's brushed under the rug because he's Stan Lee.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, fucking read into shit before you're just like, I don't know.
I see.
If you're gonna fucking pick a messiah, fucking do research about it.
I never watched those movies or read these books or anything because Stan Lee. I always did it because I like the stories. I don't give a fuck about a caricature with a cool voice, and that's all he fucking was. Like he was just he might as well have been another character to me. He was someone that narrated cartoon Spider-Man in the 80s. I don't care.
I don't care either.
Like Stan Lee wasn't my god. You know what I mean? Like a producer and a director and writers made those movies you love that are so beloved. Stan Lee had like outside of like character creation.
Yeah,
sometimes,
I love how Stan Lee's the fucking executive producer of every Marvel movie. Be like, bullshit. They just had to put his name in there.
Like
he's not on the set being like, let's run this by Stan.
Yeah, Stan Lee didn't have
because like could you imagine if Stan Lee being at the fucking early like a fucking rough cut? He'd be like, what the fuck's going on here?
What's an iron spider?
What the fuck? Who's this broad? You know what I mean? He'd probably just say fucking horrible old dude shit.
Can we get some more of the blonde chick's cans?
Yeah.
That kind of shit. She's a peach.
Where's fucking whores at?
Excelsior.
That's what he just does. And, like after he gets himself into a predicament, he would just be like, Excelsior. And then you're like, oh, Stan.
You know,
you can fucking grope whoever you want to.
Yeah, exactly. You think he was actually a groper?
I don't know. Remember that came out like not that long ago, but I feel like someone was just trying to get him in trouble.
I feel like
because,
that
like,
too.
Dude, you know what? To be
Either that or
honest,
he was fucking senile and having a fucking senior
I mean,
moment.
like, who cares if, like, do you see how that man was built? He was very frail. So, like, he let him grab some fucking 135-year-old, or not old, 135-pound fucking big boob girl.
Yeah.
Like, fucking crack
It's your
him.
fault for leaning over top of him.
Well, crack him in the chest and fucking shatter his ribs. Like that, like, even like you at 135 pounds is going to fucking just give a devastating blow.
Exactly.
He's fucking 100,000 years old.
I didn't mean that she had it coming. That was a terrible rape joke.
No, he didn't. He'd had it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I don't know. What were we talking about? Oh,
Him being a
you know
piece
what
of shit.
does suck, to be serious, is that the last few months of his life, man, were real shitty. And for him, he didn't really, I wouldn't really say he went out peacefully. I mean, he died of old age, so like he didn't suffer, but like the last few months of his life were sad.
Yeah,
Remember,
wasn't he like
a couple
sick?
months ago? Well, we talked about it a couple times. Other than being sick, he had pneumonia and shit, but
Yeah.
he pulled through. But remember, like, we talked about it on here. Remember, he was like, you know, his caregivers were abusive a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
Didn't they steal from him or something?
Well, not them, but then he had other people working for him that were trying to steal his money or did steal large sums of his money. Like, he had people really were taking advantage of how old and just, you know, letting go. They were just completely taking advantage of that. You know, his mind was obviously probably going. He's in his fucking 90s.
I
So
think
trying
it was,
to talk him-
94 when he died?
95.
Yeah, gross. He was about to be 96 next month.
Wow. But just, you know, how could you just...
I'm trying to find like the end of his life. Let's see. Sorry. Dead air.
It's all right.
It's okay. I'm not seeing anything. Fuck.
There was just a brief paragraph of his death.
Yeah. It was,
Probably isn't going to be on Wikipedia, but we talked about it on here, and
yeah.
it was floating around a lot, man. Every time he turned around, there was something else fucked up happening to him.
That's personal life.
Yeah, his wife died last year. That's ultimately why he died.
Oh, yeah.
Because once especially with dudes, when their wives die when they're elderly, they don't last much longer.
No, not
and
at
I
all.
think it's normally just they die of loneliness.
Let's see, on July 6, 2017, his wife of 69 years, Joan, died of complications from a stroke.
She was 95 too. Wow.
In April 2018, The Hollywood Reporter published a report that claimed that Lee was the victim of elder abuse.
Yes.
The report asserted that, among others, Kia Morgan, business manager of Lee, and a memorabilia collector had been isolating Lee from his trusted friends and associates following his wife's death as to get access to Lee's wealth, estimated to be worth $50 million. Ultimately, in August 2018, Morgan was issued a restraining order to stay away from Lee, his daughter, or his associates for 3 years. Jesus Christ, so that bitch really was fucking stealing from him.
How sad is that, though?
That's
he
gross.
had like the last few months of his life is what what I was getting at there. His last few months of his life were just so drama filled that that sucks.
Yeah.
Not only on top of that, he lost his wife. But even think about I'm sure all this shit with his this bitch of a business manager really fucking dwelled on him and probably didn't do much for his health.
Oh, absolutely.
But I mean, basically, after his wife died is when his health really started to diminish.
And that's when that story about him groping a nurse that nothing ever.
It never. You know what? It never went farther than that because then that's why I think it was definitely just
shit.
Bullshit.
Probably had something to do with this bitch.
Yeah, someone's trying to fucking throw some negative light on him.
Yeah,
because it would obviously be easier. I mean, if she's trying to isolate him from his friends and family.
That's how you isolate someone.
Yeah, get people to get pissed off at you.
Whether it's true or not, they're not gonna fucking talk to you anymore.
Right. But especially to try to get them pissed off at you.
Ugh.
Yeah, and so that's what I was getting. I mean, it was just sad that this last few months were so drama fueled and filled. Just it was for a while there, dude. Every other week there was something else coming around. I know there was shit about some of his caregivers, like something like, were roughing him up too. There was
Jesus.
There was some. Yeah, I mean, there's some shit going down.
Like, where the fuck's your kids at, dude?
You read so much shit, you forget so fast. But I've heard shit about his daughter.
Like that she's a piece of shit?
She's a piece of shit, too. And then the way whoever wrote this, added this Wikipedia, they kind of make it out that she's not a piece of shit from Lee, his daughter, or his associates. But, I like what I've heard his daughter was doing some shady shit. Or she's, because she's, elderly, too.
Yeah,
somebody was going through her to get to him.
That might
and, she, going over her head, confusing her.
Mm.
So,
yeah, because his daughter would be probably in her 60s.
Yeah, she's I can't remember the last time I saw her age, but I know it's late 60s.
Yeah, Jesus, he probably has great grandchildren.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if he was 95, let's say he had his first, he was in his mid 30s so she was definitely in her 60s.
Oh, absolutely.
She's old.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's why it's kind of just a bummer because he really didn't. He kind of died on a bad note. Not really he didn't go out on a high note. I mean, I'm not. That's not saying anything against him. I'm just saying there was a lot of shitty things happening in his life, and then just die.
Sorry, Stan. Just your life was a bucket of shit, and then you died.
Well, at the end it
But
was.
that middle part though, woo! What a ride! He lived a good life.
Oh no, he definitely did. I'm not denying that. It's sad that like
That
the
last
last
part.
few months of his life were so sad, and then just to die on like it would have been like it would have been happier. I'm not the death's happy, but like I said, I guess a higher note. If like he lived another 6 months and like this bitch got caught and he like got her fired and like he won a bunch of money from her and just like
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that'd have
Like
been
some
great.
fucking like the people that fucked him up went to jail or something, and then he died. It's like yeah, he fucking he was triumphant.
Thank
But
God.
this shit was just like people robbed him, fucking beat his ass, and then he died.
They robbed him, beat him up, accused him of rape, and then he died.
Accused him of being a fucking.
Then he died of
groping.
pneumonia. He drowned it in himself.
What was? I'm sure it'll come out in the next few days. His actual cause of death.
Oh, it was,
I was.
it's in here.
Did it say? I didn't know. I didn't even read it. Rushed there in a medical emergency earlier in the day. It was-
Been battling pneumonia, and in February was rushed to the hospital. Worsened conditions around the same time.
But I thought when they released him from the hospital and said he didn't have pneumonia anymore. I thought.
I have no idea. Oh well.
Pneumonia probably is not what didn't help him any.
No, and I'm sure it's.
He kind of, and after he got out
it's
of the
probably
hospital.
deadly when you're that age. To be
Oh,
honest.
hell yeah. Dude, pneumonia sucks no matter what age you are.
Oh yeah.
So, but you know, come to think of it, after he got out of the hospital when he had pneumonia, you didn't see much of him anymore,
No.
or even hear much about him. So he probably has been in poor health since then.
Oh, I guarantee it. Especially at that age, like you're never coming back from that probably.
No.
God damn, they are old as shit.
Oh well, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. You ready to wrap this bitch up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up on death.
We'll wrap it up on death.
Death.
Death. So Leroy will be back next week. I'm excited. Come back, baby girl. Come back to me.
Yes.
I'm sorry I made that creepy.
Well, I mean, we just ended the episode on the death of some fucking pedophile.
I'm
so,
feel needy. Just come back.
no.
Don't ever leave again.
Fucking child rapist.
He's not a child rapist. Quit saying that.
I think it'll come. I think it'll come to light.
Kind of like you had me like
Just,
thinking
yeah,
for a minute.
like 20 years from now, when it's fucking brought to light, when someone digs this shit up, just remember, I told you.
he was like
he was a fucking. He was a diddler.
he was actually the Golden State Killer.
No, he was fucking. He was touching some touches he shouldn't have touched.
Maybe, but he's senile.
So,
All right,
nah, I
see you
don't think
next
that-
Tuesday.
he's
Bye.
been doing it for years.